what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 wow. Lift it up.
Hey y'all, happy Friday. Sorry, I'm jumping out the window, struggle streaming already. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. What y'all got going on? Happy Friday. Miss Angela, I saw you said you cooked some fried cabbage. You said there's some honeycomb bread and some other things. Bring me a plate, Miss Angela. Miss Angela, please. What you said you cooked? I was coming on the live and I seen you said, what she said she cooked fried cabbage, cornbread. You know, I'm a fat girl at heart. So when you was listing it out, what she said she got I cooked some fried cabbage with smoked sausage and grilled shrimp with honeycomb bread. Send me a plate, Miss Angela, please, and thank you. Voodoo Doll Podcast at gmail.com. Because when you said you cook fried cabbage, smoked sausage, and shrimp, you got my attention. You see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to diet. Come on now. That sounded so good. Ooh, fried cabbage. I know you know how to cook if you fried the cabbage. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, hello. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well. Happy Friday. Happy Educational Friday. Yes, we will be back this evening. But Educational Friday, make sure y'all pull over, and pop out. We will be outside, okay? Before we get into the show, I want to start off by saying welcome to everybody who's in the building. If you are new to the channel, go ahead on and click that subscribe and also that notification bell so you know when I upload or when I go live, and you can catch the morning Joce, okay? Also, Black America, we already know what it is. Ground, meditate, and pray. Ground, meditate, and pray, okay? Please, it's the only way to combat this civil war, but this spiritual warfare that we dealing with. So please, ground, meditate, and pray. Also, Black America, genealogy. I don't know why I get on here and act slow sometimes, but genealogy, we have to do our genealogy, y'all. Please, if you don't do nothing, find out who you are, find out your family tree by simply just doing your genealogy. So please do that, okay? Now, we got a show today. Yesterday's show was a bit heavy. I'm not going to lie. I feel like all the topics were heavy. Like, I got off the live like, ugh. I know I pissed off a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I could say I hope I don't, but it do bother me. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I'm not taking nothing back because everything I said is how I feel. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, we're here. But today we got a somewhat show. It's pretty okay. We got Native Americans still being removed from their reservations because they don't have the genealogy to prove who they are. HIV running rampant in Atlanta. They say up to 1 million cases in Atlanta. Yeah, we got to get into that. Oprah had a private event, and Brittany Spears apparently details her being abused there. The Asian beauty store. So apparently these black people wanted to open a beauty store. And apparently the way the beauty store system is set up, you have to get approved through the other beauty stores. And guess who owns the other beauty stores? The Asians. And the fact of the matter is that these black people who wanted to open the store, because the Asians didn't vote on it, they weren't able to do it. And I got a personal story about that we're going to get into. So we're going to get into that. They're alleging that data centers are being used to store and submit robots to communities. I said it has more than one or more than 10 reasons for being there. And then we're going to go a little bit more of the Asians versus the blacks. But that kind of falls into the beauty store thing. Yeah, it's a lot going on, y'all. I hate that the time that we're going in seems to get a little thick. I'm not even gonna say seems. If anybody's been paying attention, we walking into some thick times, right? Like things about to start happening where people about to be like, OMG. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? It's a way for the universe, not the universe, because it's not the universe. It's the way for the enemy to kind of shake you up and get you off your rocker. And that's the storm we walking into. I'm telling y'all now, only the strong will survive. Only the strong will survive. People who fall victim and weak to the system, they're not gonna cut it. They're not gonna make it. I'm telling you now. But anyways, we're gonna get into that. A few other things. Yeah, we really are God's anointed daughter. It's crazy. I even the more I look on social media, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into it. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Hold on one second. Matter of fact, let me give y'all a commercial break right quick while I do something. Hold on. Because I'm over here multitasking. You feel what I'm saying? Let me give y'all a commercial break while I come right back, y'all. Go ahead on and get the likes up on the video. I will be right back.
You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
Amen.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Ta and Alex Bart.
They met on Saturday before.
They met with our witness. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutors in the LAPD's office. Tell me how there's no fingerprints. My God Almighty, I call heaven and earth to be a record today. That Rock Nation, you will crumble. I am an apostle of God.
That's right.
And you will know who I am.
That's right. Say that, twang.
That was a good one. I just grabbed one. That was a good one. Shout out to Tory Lane's daddy. Shout out to Sunstar, Daystar, one of the stars. Shout out. He said, I call heaven and earth to be a record. That means he was calling on the universe. He said, I call heaven and earth to be a record. That Rock Nation, you will crumble. And I think he's right. I believed him when he said it. I believe him when he said it. Yeah, I did see Blueface go on stream with AB and Dean. Child, let me go pull this up. So I did see. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I did see Adrian Broner and Blueface together, and I was like, what is this? I guess, but it makes sense. All three of them box, I guess. Let me see Blueface. I didn't understand it, but I guess they are streamers and boxers, so it makes sense. I saw that it was all three of them was dressed alike yesterday. Let me show y'all this what we talking about. So apparently Blueface done hooked up with Adrian Broner and Dean. And I got an honorable mention with them too. It's funny. We could jump right into it. But I seen Blueface done hooked up with Adrian Broner and Dean and them or whatever. But you know, Blueface stream and Blueface is a boxer, and so is Adrian Broner, and so is Dean. Now, it's so odd that this couple or this trio is together, but then again, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of have the same like mind. Niggas say, well, it is Pride Month. Facts, okay? Right, Miss Terry Elizabeth, you are absolutely right. It definitely is. And all four of them give me loose-wristed. Hello? All four of them gives me loose-wristed. So I believe you. I'm on your side, girl. It is Pride Month. But ultimately, be who you are for your pride. Whatever that boy said on TikTok. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, Blueface done hooked up with AB and Dean. I guess they're gonna do their little streamer thing together, and this would be good for Blueface because Blueface needs the numbers. On top of Blueface needing the numbers, he also needs the clout. Okay, he needs the looks, the eyes. So him hooking up with them is kind of pretty good for him. I don't know what it's going to do for the others, but for him it's kind of decent. Okay, but I do want to show y'all this. So Dean. I didn't know this, but apparently Dean's trainer is the one who hooked him up with Adrian Broner. And apparently the trainer got with Dean and he was checking Dean like, bro, you losing the plot, like you messing up everything. And he gonna get on Dean real good. And this is what I love about people who don't give a damn about your status and about who you are. They're gonna tell you what the hell going on, okay? Let's get into it. It says Dean the Great has masterfully adopted nearly all of Adrian Broner's notorious bad habits. Like AB, the kick streamer embraces flashy Miami nightlife, heavy drinking, wild parties, and constant drama that fuels his millions of views. Their collaboration often showcased chaotic nights of excess, training, no shows, heated arguments, and impulsive decisions, including money disputes and public betrayals. Both blur the line between boxing hype and self-sabotage through women-related controversies, legal troubles, and financial recklessness. Dean mixes training clips with dice games and disorder on stream, echoing the very vices. It says partying over discipline is impulsive over focus that derailed Broner's elite potential. Whoever wrote this, Streaming Central, or Central, this is pretty good. And it kind of encapsulates what's going on. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to play the video, but look, Adrian Broner was at the top of his game. He was that dude. We can't take that from him. But at the end of the day, once his life fell off and his career fell off, he started the kick streaming thing and he started the drinking and the liquor. And don't get me wrong, Dean helps him to do that. He promotes it. He makes Adrian Broner feels like more. But the problem is, you know how it is. Watch the bed, the grave you dig for me, because you're gonna fall in it too. Now Dean is being the one that's partaking, and he's slowly but surely slipping down the cracks. And I think this trainer dude who says he's the one who hooked Dean up with AB, he saw that, because he's basically gonna go off on Dean and be like, bro, you losing the plot. Let's get into this trainer telling Dean.
Put you and him together for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And he falling off the wagon on what he was supposed to do on his part of it. You upheld yours, but now you following in his footsteps. I get it, you admired him boxing, but you see the mistakes he made in his life. Why you want to do that too? You get to look at a nigga and see the beginning and the end of him and what he did to get him there, and you're going to turn on to the same dumb shit. That's the definition of insanity. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You're doing the same shit. Like, if bro don't want to listen and he want to do what he want to do, let him. But you still got to go. You did your part. And y'all got a crazy bond and a crazy situation. But that don't mean that you lose yourself in it.
Facts.
All the shit, the disrespectful shit, talking to the bitches crazy, yelling, causing scenes, bro. It only take a second for your life to change. That shit corny, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit corny. Get these niggas away from y'all, bro. It's too many niggas, too many leeches, too many Klingons, too many people around y'all, bro. I don't feel that shit. I put you and him together for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
He told him nothing but facts. But let me tell you something. Dean was there to buck and pump Adrian Broner up to crash out harder and harder. The problem is the crash out is backfiring, because now Adrian Broner ain't the only one going to jail and getting caught up. Now Dean is getting caught up too. Now this trainer dude may have put them together for reasons in a good way. Like, he genuinely probably wanted Dean to have somebody to kind of like have, I don't know, mentor or be a mentor to. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's backfiring on Dean. And this is good for Dean, because Dean's job is to have AB crash out every stream the way that he is so that they can remain viral. Remember, Dean works directly for the orange juice people. And I think what's happening is it started off with just promoting it and telling AB to do it, but now he's doing it. And to the trainer dude, he's telling them right, because he's like, listen, it's too many niggas around y'all. Facts. Too many cloud chasers around y'all. Facts. Especially that girl who done slept with all of the industry. It's too many influences. And I know what happens typically, because they get so many views and so many people laughing in the comments thinking this is funny. They think that they're being encouraged to continue the behavior. But like the man said, it literally takes 1 second and your whole life is ruined. You see what I'm saying? So I know I'll say this. I'm still on the old folks. All money ain't good money. I see. That's why I never chase the bag, and I will never tell nobody to ever chase the bag. Because whenever you chase the bag, you run right into the devil. That's the bag is what he dangles in front of you so that you can run behind him. You see what I'm saying? But that's just me. Everybody different. That's just me. Everybody different. I would just say, as far as Dean, he better watch out. Because when I saw him go to jail, I was thinking it was AB. To see it was Dean, I was like, oh, now it's all making sense. But anyways, yeah, Blueface over there streaming with them boys, or whatever the case may be. Blueface already a crash out. He ain't got nothing to lose, so he'll be fine. He ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? All for nothing. Now I want to move on. Y'all remember the girl who we talked about yesterday who did the split at the doggone graduation? Apparently she's bike, and she's explaining more about what happened. And you know what's crazy about this? She thinks this is funny. Her mama is making excuses for her. And this right here is what's wrong with society. I don't care if she's black. I don't care if she's going to college. I don't care, because I know a lot of educated dummies. I know, as a matter of fact, most of the educated people I know are slow as turtles. I'm going to be real, and they're extremely intelligent as far as education. But this right here, 555 in the chat. Shout out to the 555 in the chat. But this right here tells me that she still hasn't learned anything. And like I said yesterday, I'd have made that heifer wait 6 months for that diploma. I'd have sent it up to the school board and let the school board go talk to the school board and tell them why you need your diploma. That's what I would have did. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get into her and her update on this whole controversy. It says Chicago teen who went viral for doing a split at graduation receives diploma after controversy. So she got a diploma. Let's get into what she has to say about the incident. You would think she would see the backlash, or at least go back and look at the video and be like, I probably shouldn't have. Nope. Check it out.
How you say graduated in Spanish?
In Spanish, graduated is graduado.
Girl, I just graduado. Siri, how you say graduated?
Hello everyone, my name is Typion Campbell / Siki Sue, and I'm reporting here to talk about my discrimination. Wait. I've come here to talk about how I've been wrongfully done at Chicago Tech Academy and how I didn't receive my diploma because I did a split on stage. Now, a quick backstory. I've been telling these people for weeks that I was going to do it.
Pause. It's the fact that she got on this camera with a straight face and said she was discriminated against, and she was wrongfully done. These are the people. I don't give a damn what her grades look like. I don't give a damn what school she going to. I don't give a damn what career she's going into. These are the people we are pushing into society. And her mom is more ignorant than her, because I would have snatched mine. She wouldn't have had to worry about the principal. I would have ran up to the stage and snatched mine. But everybody different. These is the people we are pushing into society. These are the people who are going to be your doctors, your lawyers, your Indian chiefs, and all these other things. These are the people we raising. Because I'd have snatched mine smooth up off the stage. The graduation would have ended with me in handcuffs after I'd have been snatching mine. You see what I'm saying?
It was split on stage. It was not a surprise. They just thought I was joking. And that's the problem now. Don't think I'm joking, because I'm not. So yeah, I did my split on stage and I walked across, and it was an area where you're supposed to take pictures with your diploma. And the person who was handing out my diploma, she was just looking slow. Well, excuse me, not slow. But she was standing there looking crazy. So I'm like, babe, what are you doing? Give me my diploma. And she's like, I honestly thought that they mixed up my name and didn't have my name in the right order. I didn't even think that she was purposely not trying to give me my diploma at first. And then, hello everyone, my name is Typing on Campus. Everyone's telling me, oh, just go back and get it, go back and get it. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me to go back and get the diploma, and she's telling me to keep walking. So what do y'all want me to do? So I was just confused. I ended up keep walking across the stage, and I was standing there for a minute. I was standing there like, I'm not moving until I get my diploma. I'm not moving until I get my diploma. Why didn't you give me my diploma? So I ended up sitting down. Long story short, everybody's like, sit down, sit down. So I had a seat. I went, sat down, whatever. After I sat down, I was escorted out of the graduation ceremony, and I was taken outside by a dean. And I was met with my principal, Shackleford, Miss Shackleford, Zatea Shackleford to be exact. And I was met out there, and she was beyond angry, like livid. It was genuine tears in her eyes, and her mouth was shaking. She was really, 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 really upset. And she's like, you need to figure out a way how you're going to make up for this. You're not getting your diploma until you figure. Everyone's telling me, oh, just go figure out a way how you're going to make up for what you just did. And I'm like, wait, I have to figure that out, or do you have to figure that out? So yeah, this was honestly just a confusing experience. Long story short, I ended up leaving. I didn't even get to do the left to right or right to left with the graduation cap because I was really upset. Like, I was really upset. And then to end this off, the next line of students who went, a girl went up that stage and did a. So let me tell y'all something. That girl still received her diploma and everything. But my act, the whole world shook. So yeah, it's been countless of times where I've been punished more than another student just because of me. I think the school has something personal against me. Why? I have no idea. Figure out a way how you're gonna make up for what you just did. And I'm like, wait. I think it's because I'm happy, I'm glowing, I'm always outgoing. And most of all, I have money. I think it's because I'm happy.
And most of all, I have money. These the people we got to work with. These the people we got to live in society with. I blame her and her mom. Anybody who thinks that what this girl did is okay, you are the problem. And this is the gag. I can't wait till them crackers get on here and say nobody can't do nothing. I can't wait. I wish they make it a federal thing all across America that the only thing you could do when it's time to graduate is walk across the stage and receive your diploma. Anybody who do anything, I don't give a damn if it's a hootie hoo. Anybody who do anything, I think they should take their diplomas and make them come back to summer school. Say what I said. Y'all don't see how this little small stuff turns into something big. And she D9. So she's going into some system where she's going to have a nice little position. She's going to be in charge of people. She's going to be the person managing and running something. And they got people who don't see, but those niggers who don't think that nothing is wrong with this, them the ones that need to go way over there with people like her. You see what I'm saying? Because people don't see that these small behaviors and these small things that they do that they think is just 1, 2, kiki, they don't see how these things snowball into huge behaviors in life. This little girl is, with this young lady, because she just graduated high school. This young lady is a representative of who it is we're dealing with. You know, I went to, I can't even go get nothing to eat without the people not being able to work good in the stores. I see why they slow like this girl and the people who agree with her. Like, this is sad. This is sad. And the fact that she laughing, oh, the people just mad because I'm bright and I'm pretty and I'm always confident. And girl, that ain't got nothing to do with it. You overdid it. And to the girl who came behind her and did the twerk too, her ass shouldn't have got her diploma neither. Child, it's the fact that people who look like me, who swear to God that they want a better society, these the people who think that this is okay. I get it. Most of them are NPCs with no foresight, living day by day. You know what I'm saying? Minute by minute, trying to figure out life. I get that. But keep your ignorant ass over there. And when they come out with the new rules that your churn can't do nothing walking across that stage, I bet not hear a peep out of a nigga. Because you know it's coming. You know it's coming. I better not hear one peep out of you niggas. Shut your ugly ass up. Walk your ugly ass child across the stage to get their diploma and go your ugly ass home. Say what I said. Y'all the ones make it bad for everybody. Y'all goes far and y'all makes it bad for everybody. I want to show y'all this other video of this girl. Matter of fact, I'm done with her. I ain't about to keep going back and forth with her. I'm done with her because this is pure ignorance. And she a boule baby. D9 down. Already got her sweater on. It's ridiculous. Did y'all see what's going on in the Big Apple? New York! Y'all ain't been on the docket in a while. But they say now, did y'all see this? New York is removing the term mother and father. Did y'all hear about this? What y'all got going on up there in the Big Apple? Let's get into it. It says New York just voted to replace mother and father with gestating parent and non-gestating parent in state law. Y'all do know this is the direct window right into transhumanism, right? Y'all do know that, right? When they take mother and father, first of all, I'm going to go back and say it every day. Words are very powerful. Words are extremely powerful. And when you take away the word mother and father and put gestational parent or whatever in between, now you leave room for the robots, for the AI, for the Cabbage Patch, and all these other things to be equivalent to what we know to be a mother, a person who reproduces. But New York, remember, they always start in these big places. It says both chambers of New York State Legislature have passed a bill swapping out mother and father in family court related to laws with gender-neutral alternatives. This ain't got nothing to do with gay, straight, lesbian. This ain't got nothing to do with trans, not the trans women at least. And that's why I told the LGBTQ people to be very, very careful about sticking your neck out for this cause. Because you thinking you fighting for yourself, but you're really fighting for something way bigger than you that's sitting here to destroy you. Let me back up. I'm going to give y'all the real tea. This LGBTQ movement bullshit that they got going on, that them TS is over there running, that was a psyop, okay? What they needed to do was gather a cause that people actually have, which the LGBT community do suffer from a lot of things. So it's a real cause. In order to implement they BS, they had to attach it to something that you're already dealing with. There are real people who are born who feel like they are born in the wrong body. But these are not the people who we see at the forefront of this. We're seeing representatives like this Sissy Madison, T.S. Madison, and all them other whack-ass niggas in wigs. We see all of them being the representatives of the TSs, and they are here to make all of the people in that community and people who love that community, make them all believe that they're fighting for a cause for the people, but that's not the case. What they're really fighting for is for this government to be able to implement transhumanism. They are using the LGBTQIA plus movement to implement this robot AI shit. That's why I tell Black Americans in that community, do not pick them letters in front of your identity. Because if you put them letters in front of your identity, you will be swallowed up worse than TD Jakes. Mark my word. I get it, you gay. I get it, you a lesbian. I get it, you trans. I get it, you queer. I'm here for all of that. I don't have no issue with that. But when you put that first, you got to know that you connecting yourself to something that's way bigger than you, that's meant to destroy you. On a micro level, it seems like it's the women versus the trans. No. They have a very small selected handful of TSs that are here to make you think this movement is about you. This has nothing to do with you, trans women. This has nothing to do with you gay men, and this has nothing to do with you lesbians, and nothing to do with the queers and all the people in between. This is so they can usher in this AI and robot shit, and this is also so they can usher in transhumanism, and this is also so they can usher in, what's the other thing I said I wanted to say? I can't remember, but this is for everything except that. And there are so many people who hopped on this bandwagon and have no clue. But I get it. We're more reactional than proactive. So what's going to happen is by the time it's too late, everybody going to look up like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Let me finish reading. It also goes on to say, under the legislation, mother becomes gestation parent, father becomes non-gestating parent, and even paternity cases get renamed to percentage parenting proceedings. Supporters say the change modernizes the law for same-sex couples. See, they lying. They just adding that to it to get them people's energy to attach to the bull. So supporters say the change modernized the law for some same-sex couples, surrogacy cases, and modern family structures. Critics say Albany has its priorities completely backwards, with New Yorkers struggling under rising costs and taxes. That makes sense. The bill now sits at Governor Kathy Hochul's desk. She has 10 days to sign or veto it. She gonna sign it. Let me tell y'all something. This has nothing to do with gay, straight, lesbian, or trans parents. This ain't got nothing to do with that. They just using that to get you on board. Let's get into it.
Hochul signs this bill sitting on her desk. A new law will make it illegal to call them mother and father. Nate Foy has the details on this. Nate?
Hey, Jackie. So, yeah, New York Democrats argue the words mother and father are outdated and need to be replaced with more inclusive terms under state law. All that's needed now is Governor Kathy Hochul's signature. So if Hochul approves, in New York's family court and in domestic and education law, a mother would be labeled as a gestating parent, a father as a non-gestating parent, and paternity proceedings to determine the child's father would be called parentage proceedings. The bill passed the state Senate this week and the state assembly back in March. Governor Hochul proudly calls herself New York's first mom governor. It's unclear if she'll support this change, though.
I'm not familiar with what was introduced late last night, so I'll take a look at it. I have until the end of the year to review them and make a decision, so I won't be commenting on pending legislation.
New York would join other states like Massachusetts, California, Connecticut, and Colorado to change the definition and wording of parents in their state laws. Democrats argue the bill is necessary to accommodate surrogacy cases and same-sex couples. Now, Governor Hochul's up for re-election this year. Her main challenger, Republican Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, tells Fox this morning this bill is a continuation of war declared on families by Democrats. Jackie?
Nate, thank you. Hochul signs this bill.
Them Democrats, that's y'all people, huh? I don't know how black people can't see through the Democrats. I think the black people who just love them, y'all just like to be stupid. I ain't trying to call you stupid, but y'all you can't be, and I got family. But again, I get the indoctrination. Again, this y'all folks. The Democrats want y'all to not be labeled mothers and label y'all, not just the Democrats, the Republicans too, because remember, both sides signed it in New York. So I'm not even going to put this only on the Democrats. They said it passed on both sides. They just waiting for the governor to do it. Remember, I also told y'all your president is really your governor. Everybody running behind Trump, but your president is really your governor. That's the person that's making the immediate changes to you day to day. But I don't know how many times I can say that. Y'all love focusing on that bull crap at the federal office. This is the point here. These people who y'all put y'all, and I'm saying y'all because I don't vote, but these people who y'all put y'all trust and all of this stuff in, hoping that they're going to have a better life or make a better life for you or do better by you, these are the people who are trying to take you out of here so that they can replace you with these AIs and gestational parents. I just saw a video. Let me see if I can find it. I just saw a video of this AI robot, pregnant AI robot. I should have shared it. Hold on, so I can show you exactly what I mean. I think it was in Asia. They just, here you go. Y'all think I'm lying. Look. I ain't lying to y'all. Stop acting stupid. That's why they replacing mother and father, because they about to make it to where you reproduce through the AI. Y'all see how Candy and Shamia and them over there getting vending machine babies, letting other women carry it? Okay, that's gonna be no more. Now, if you want to have a baby, they gonna make y'all do it through the AI. Watch. That's gonna be the new surrogate, the AI. This is why they taking mother and father out of the thing. This ain't got nothing to do with same-sex marriages and couples with children. As a matter of fact, most same-sex marriages and couples with children ain't running in all of these problems. This ain't got nothing to do with them, but they need to attach that struggle to the movement so that you believe that that's what this is all about. But I'm here to tell you that is not what this is about. This is solely about them taking the rights or the ability from you to reproduce so that they AIs and they robot can reproduce. This is why I tell everybody, every Black American, not everybody. This is why I tell every Black American inside that alphabet community, be careful. Because I get it. You got a lot of struggle, a lot of things that you've gone through. I'm a Black woman. I know all about it. But if you disregard your identity for those letters, you know whose side you on. And this side, them letter side, is not your side. That's why it bothers me when I see who that was, Bondi Blue, talking about, because I'm a lesbian first. What? You a Black woman first. Are you insane? But I ain't telling nobody how to identify. Keep identifying with them folks. And you're going to help them to usher in this apocalypse that's coming to get us. I swear to God. And it ain't just her. I've seen many trans people, a few, not many gays. I ain't going to lie. As a matter of fact, I haven't even seen many lesbians talk like that. It's just these internet bitches and hoes. I ain't even gonna hold you. In real life, gays and lesbians don't be talking all of this stuff. It's these internet people. But y'all keep identifying with them letters if you want. They're using your struggle so that they can implement their shit, which is this AI and this robot stuff. This is why they're taking away the mother and father words out of New York. Oh, and by the way, let's really be clear about this. This is only happening in New York today. Just like the slave codes only happened in Virginia at first, and then it spread all out to the rest of the world. Remember, this is going to do the exact same thing. Okay? This is going to do, it starts in New York. Once New York adopts it, then boom, we'll be all over the world. And then Candy and Shamia and them won't have to go to the girl to get a baby. The next episode or the next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Candy gonna be over there getting the baby out of the AI robot. And oh, and by the way, let me say this too. The reason why they put this stuff on them shows is to make y'all comfortable with the idea. It's so many of you hoes that could physically have babies, but because you either don't want to mess up your body or because it's trendy to let another bitch do it, y'all hoes going to make these vending machine babies off the cuff. You got to know God ain't blessing that, right? You got to know God ain't blessing that. I'm just saying. So the reason why they got Shamia and Candy and them over there picking up these goddamn vending machine babies, because they want you to think that this shit is cool and it's normal. And I say this, I don't believe nothing was wrong with Candy or Shamia. Said what I said. I believe them hoes went had them babies because that's what the powers that be told them to do. No, I think Candy, they told her. Shamia just a follower. Oh, and by the way, let me say this too about Shamia. I don't trust nothing about Shamia. How the hell you gonna go have another baby and the last one you got you ain't took care of? Shamia don't be with that last baby. Oh yes, Shamia got another little baby. I seen them when she introduced the baby. She picked the baby up and hurry up and put his ass back down. Shamia ain't worth two nickels rubbed together. All she care about is her and that fake ass body she got. She don't give a damn about them churn. Her and Candy is two peas in the pot. Just having churn just to have them because you got money. Yeah, Shamia a follower, and I don't even watch the show. It took me 10 seconds. Shamia ain't nothing but a following ass bitch. That's all she do. Waiting on she don't have a mind of her own. Couldn't create her own thought if she thought about it. And I ain't gotta watch the show to know that. You see what I'm saying? No, she ain't got that. And let me say this too. Her youngest baby have issues. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. But to say that youngest baby have issues, you would think Shamia would be more in tune and more in touch with that. No. Every time you see Shamia, she on a trip with Candy and them, like she don't have a sickly baby at home. And then on top of that, she flipped it around and now she having another baby. What about the baby before that that's sickly? Man, watch out. Cause you know I'ma say the quiet part out loud. Fuck Shamia, to be completely honest. I'ma say the quiet part out loud. You got a sickly baby at home that need help. What is you going over there and put a quarter in the vending machine for a new baby for? And you don't be with the baby. And you never see Shamia with that baby. Every time you see Shamia, she running up the street with Candy. You never see her with none of her churn, but she having a new one. Girl. Y'all better know what y'all looking at when y'all looking at it. Shamia and Candy ain't nothing but some advertising, walking billboards, so that you can go out there and get you a vending machine, baby. That's all that's about. That's all that's about. They ain't nothing but some walking billboards for black women to say, I don't want to mess up my body. Let me go pay a bitch to go have my baby. And y'all don't even know what they doing in them Petri dishes, but that's a whole nother story. She around here with the African, and every time you turn around, they putting a quarter in the vending machine for a new baby. Fix the one you got at home and spend some time with that baby. Shamia don't give a damn about that little girl. Let's move on. She don't. Just following behind Candy. I can't stand a following ass bitch. I can't stand a following ass bitch. Lord knows. A bitch who don't have her own mind but want to always be on the scene. Go sit your dumb ass down. Always on a vacation with somebody. Always go home with your child, bitch. She don't have no relationship with that baby. The very first episode I seen Shamia came through the house and was showing. Shamia spent more time telling us about her bedroom than the baby. Shamia spent more time telling us about the elevator that go upstairs than the baby. She picked that baby up and said, and this is my baby. And hurry up and put her back down. I say, oh. Let me also say this. Kanye West, y'all call him crazy. But when he said what he said about yellow and green, when he said what he said about Jay-Z and Beyonce and yellow and green, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said that these people through surrogacy are choosing to have these, and I'm gonna give y'all the PG version. He said that basically through this surrogacy, they choosing to have these sickly babies. That's what he said. Now I could give you the rated X version or the rated R version. You see what I'm saying? But I'm telling you what he said, and he wasn't wrong. He said that they going down to these vending machines, aka the surrogacy, so that they can have these sickly babies. He called the baby the R word. That's what he said they are. He said both of them the R words. That's what he said. I didn't say it. That's what Kanye said. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. Y'all might not like his delivery, and y'all might not like it because he talking about your favorite Beyonce, but he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. And yeah, Kanye did use a surrogate, but it wasn't on his behalf. Kim Kardashian used a surrogate, but you know, I told y'all they have issues with reproducing. Y'all think I just be talking out the side of my neck. I'm not being negative. I'm telling you the truth. They have real issues with reproducing. Okay, it's real life. Now, did y'all see this robot kick this little boy in the stomach? Girl, what? Why did this robot just heel kick this little boy in the stomach and nobody did nothing? Child. First of all, y'all know how heavy these robots is? Kicking that little boy in the stomach is probably like him getting kicked by a deer. Like, these robots be heavy AF. And I think the robot did that shit on purpose. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that was part of the routine. I feel like the robot did that shit on purpose. And where was everybody else's antennas? The way we would have jumped on that goddamn robot. Girl done kicked the poor baby right in the middle, right in the kisser. Oh, Fefe. Where was your mama? Where his mama and daddy at when he getting kicked in the stomach? Yeah, that robot did that on purpose. And I feel like somebody was behind the doggone scenes with the controller like this. And look at they on the LGBTQ lane. I ain't even see the rainbow on the ground. Lord have mercy. Let me know when y'all get y'all robots. Go live. I want to see how y'all be with y'all. When y'all buy y'all robots, because they say they shipping them out by the end of the year. They say by the end of the year, if you got $400-$500, they say they're going to be able to allow you to put down on a robot. So when y'all get y'all robots, can y'all start going live? I want to see something. Please start going live when y'all get y'all robots. I just want to see how y'all interact with the robots and things of that nature. I want to see how it goes. Now, I want to move on to, wait, what is this? Oh, I'm not there yet. Now I want to move on to this honorable mention. Did y'all see them talking about they already planned the next pandemic? I don't know how true this is. I'm just sharing it with y'all because I saw it. Let's get into it. It says the satanic elites use energy harvesting and then throw that energy onto our foods and into our water, and then we consume it and get that same energy. They spray chemicals and viruses. It says, I'm not pronouncing all of that. It says it's ethylene poisonous air. Let's get into the video. All right. It says Bill Gates and the WHO, that's the World Health Organization, have a date for the next pandemic. Let's get into it.
Pandemic. Bill Gates and the World Health Organization have announced when we will see the next pandemic, and they have a date for us. So get this on your calendar. Prepare, plan your trips around this next pandemic right now. We'll have more on that in a second and the dates. But you'll remember Bill Gates and the World Health Organization previously held what was known as the 2001 Event 201. And it was about the Event 201 exercise. It was a simulation involving a coordinated global response to a coronavirus that they held in a simulation just months before COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic. So they're pretty good at predicting this stuff. I don't know how they pull this off.
Fauci, remember Fauci told Trump in 2017, not that there could be, not that there might be, but there would be a pandemic during his presidency.
Yes.
Yeah, and Obama ran exercises for it during his presidency.
During his pregnancy.
During his presidency, too.
At the womb factory.
So they've just gotten together and they're doing it again now. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, along with Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security and the World Health Organization. I wish I was making this up, but this is not a conspiracy theory. They did this. And they just conducted their next pandemic tabletop exercise in Belgium. It's called the Catastrophic Contagion. Hey, honey, where are you going this weekend? I'm going to Belgium. I got a conference. Oh, yeah. What's it about? It's called the Catastrophic Contagion event. Oh, what are you guys going to be doing? Oh, we're just planning the next pandemic. Just getting everything ready. Getting everything ready, locked up, and the new virus and vaccines. We'll have vaccines ready to go because that's how we do this. We plan it, and then we, of course, have the vaccines ready to go. So this is the video that Bill Gates put together along with the team, complete with simulated news reports like this. This is really what they're preparing for us. This video is called Get Ready. Watch. Catastrophic contagion, a global challenge. Breaking news.
Two Latin American countries alerted the WHO of several outbreaks of a new infectious disease that's mysteriously appearing across the region. Severe epidemic enterovirus respiratory syndrome 2025.
Oh, so that's the name, guys. Just write this down. That'll be the name of it, okay? It's SEERS. It's going to be called the Severe Epidemic Enterovirus Respiratory Syndrome, and 2025 is when we'll see it, okay? Now, it says at the bottom this is a fictional scenario, but come on.
Over the past 6 weeks alone, there have been 500 confirmed or suspected cases reported. The virus could cause a severe pandemic if early containment and mitigation efforts are not successful.
The pandemic in this type of situation and trend would be a risk for the global health security.
Pandemics are inherently political, financial, and so much broader.
We have not spoken on the leadership in country. And I think that we need to be also very careful. We cannot decide a lot of things without the leaders be involved and agree on that.
Oh, really? That's an interesting point that she's making. Oh, instead of unelected globalists making decisions, she's saying, wait a minute, we need to have our leaders involved in this discussion.
Wait, so the white guy was the dissenter, like the one we're supposed to say, oh, yeah, he's a naysayer. We don't agree with him. And then she shuts him down.
She shuts him down.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, go ahead.
There is no substitute for national leadership.
It's important to support the local response or the national response.
Training those that are in these areas first, enabling them with the tools, protecting them, and if needs be, regional solidarity first.
At this stage, communication is key, and communication should include not just scientists with data, but also social, religious, and political leaders.
Trust. This is an essential issue. And trust was broken among countries, between populations and healthcare systems, between healthcare systems and governments.
I'm very sorry to say that in 2025, we need to strengthen the health system.
WHO needs to be a voice for the voiceless.
No one is safe until all of us are safe.
As of today, there have been an estimated 1 billion cases worldwide, with more than 20 million deaths, including nearly 15 million children. Countless millions are alive, but left with paralysis or brain damage.
Oh, okay. So that's how it'll. So, I'm sorry. You hear those numbers? 1 billion people. Okay. Millions of children. And then those who are left will have brain damage and paralysis. So that's what we'll have. That's how this is going to unfold.
The most successful countries.
Let me say this, because I don't know how long this video is. I'm watching it with y'all. When are we going to realize that they're not predicting anything? They're giving us the script, kind of like The Simpsons, and they're not predicting anything. These people have their scripts already written for the next 100, 200 years. So when you see this stuff come out early, some of it can be distraction, some of it can be just a play. But at the end of the day, when you see this stuff come out early, all it is basically them telling you what they're planning to do. Now, like I said, they might say the Sears is going to be next, knowing good and well Sears not going to be next. It's going to be something else. So they'll have you over here looking at Sears, and then next thing you know, you being blindsided by a new pandemic. These people do not predict anything. Y'all are giving them too much credit. The Simpsons writers and all these people, they're not predicting anything. All they're doing is giving you their script. They're telling you what's coming next. They have to offset their karma, okay? So I'm not going to finish the rest of that video because I don't know how long it is. But at the end of the day, the fact that the World Health Organization don't have no niggas on it. Y'all ever thought about that? Or maybe if they do have them, I never seen them. But the World Health Organization and all these other world entities have everybody on it except us. And when we are on it, we're bought and paid for it. The irony, right? The irony, okay? Now I want to move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Get the likes up. I'm telling y'all, bro, we going into that thick place. That thick place where it's gonna get very uncomfortable. You just gotta be strong and keep grounded and keep on. Now, did y'all see this man talking about what food not to eat? Let's get into it. It says, stop eating these foods before it's too late. I'm going to be real. You can't eat nothing these days.
Eat Taco Bell. Don't eat Little Caesars. Don't eat Dunkin' Donuts. Don't eat Panda Express. Definitely don't eat KFC. Don't eat Sour Patch Kids. Don't eat Snickers. Don't eat that raw cookie dough. Don't be going crazy on them milkshakes. Don't eat McDonald's, especially them fries. Don't eat Wendy's. Don't eat hot Cheetos. Don't eat pork if you don't eat halal. And shrimp ain't for everybody either. Now listen, a lot of folks been warning about how these kinds of foods can mess with your body over time. So instead, start putting better stuff in your system. Simple things like turmeric, ginger, cayenne, black pepper, lemon, stuff that actually help your body instead of slowing it down. You ain't got to be perfect overnight, but you do got to start making better choices. If this woke you up a little, drop a yes and stay tapped in. I got more real health game coming.
I ain't gonna lie. You really can't eat. Everything is messed up. I think at this day and time, we just got to be more concerned about moderation and what we're intaking. Because at this day and time, you can't drink the water. You can't eat the food. Hell, you can't even breathe the air. They be doing chemtrails every other day. You can't even breathe the air. You can't sleep. You can't walk. You can't eat. You can't do nothing. But if you can stay away from certain foods, especially fast food. I don't even know how people still eat fast food in 2026. Lord have mercy. But if you can stay away from fast food, then I would think that's the best. That's the best first step. Getting the hell away from that fast food. Because I'm telling you, bro, I think they end up feeding people corpse in fast food restaurants. Shit, rats, all kinds of stuff. I don't trust nothing from a fast food place. They all trash. You see what I'm saying? And I used to go get salads all the time from fast food restaurants. I've been stopped eating like burgers and fries and stuff like that. Now, I used to go get wings from Wingstops, and I probably still will sometimes, but it won't be nothing that I'm sitting around doing all the time. So be mindful of that. Now, I want to get into this HIV. Y'all, now this HIV report is only about Atlanta, but you got to know Atlanta is a representation of all these Black American communities all across America. I told y'all the powers that were done implemented HIV in the Black community the same way they did syphilis with the goddamn with the Tuskegee experiment. I know they're going to lie and tell you that they didn't give them men syphilis during the Tuskegee experiment, but I'm telling you they did. They gave them the virus and then lied and told them they were treating them. And then when those men didn't get treated, even though they were giving them everything except treatment, they died, they lost limbs, all kinds of stuff happened to them. That's the exact same thing happening with this HIV and this herpes. They done gave it to y'all through them vaccines, allegedly. But they done gave it to y'all through some other way. I think it's the wax. And now anything and anybody y'all touch, they passing it like hotcakes. I think the vaccine also tore down a lot of people's immune system, making it easier for them to get this stuff. So now they're saying that Atlanta has 1 million HIV cases. And I don't live in New Orleans, but I'm from New Orleans. I can guarantee you New Orleans got 1 million, if not close to it, or maybe even a little bit more. And if Atlanta and New Orleans is like that, I'm pretty positive that most of these Black cities across America, especially if it's a major Black city, I'm pretty positive it's the same way. And this is the gag. People really thinking that this whole thing is organic. Like people just organically started getting buku herpes and buku HIV. Why has nobody stopped and said, wait a minute, hold up, skirt? Where did all of this come from? Everybody just going with it. And I get it, because you got bots and you got paid agents online telling y'all that this is normal. And it is not. It is not. The fact that y'all normalizing this HIV people, I'm not saying that you should like shun anybody with HIV. I'm not saying that, but people are saying it like as if it's an everyday occurrence or it's nothing. When you normalize this stuff, what you do is help to spread it, because people don't take heed and awareness to it, because they begin to think it's normal. When you look to your left and look to your right and we all got HIV and herpes, then people stop caring. But this ain't just Atlanta. This is Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa, Duval. This is everywhere where they got niggas that they got herpes and HIV running rampant, and nobody's asking questions. All they doing is pumping y'all with that regular HIV medication that's gonna make it worse, allegedly. All they doing is pumping y'all with that regular HIV medicine, and people going on about their lives. We should be losing our minds. This is a national scale Tuskegee experiment. I don't give a damn what nobody say. This is a national scale Tuskegee experiment on Black Americans in Black American neighborhoods, and I'm dying on that sword. But let's get into it.
So now we seeing that it's saying that it's about 1 million people in Atlanta, right, with HIV. Everybody talking about it's crazy, I can't believe it, da 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 da. Let me explain something to you. The reason why y'all got all these cases in Atlanta is because the doctor's daughter was an amazing idea to make some shit that stop you from that make you think it stops you from spreading it. And in the meantime, between time, your ass is still spreading it. I don't care what the reports say. I don't care what the doctors told you. If you have HIV and you sleep with somebody else, I don't give a damn if it's showing up as the smallest amount. You done gave it to the next person.
Facts. Because let me tell you something. They got people taking that Pictarvy and all of that other shit, and they got these people under the illusion that if you take this stuff, you're safe. Even if you have it, as long as you take it and your viral loads are low, you good. Bullshit. Bull crap. And this is why people getting on this stuff and they going out willy-nilly like they don't have this stuff. And you wonder why we got 1 million cases in Atlanta and all across these black cities in America.
So because the doctors think it's okay to give y'all that medicine, that doxycycline, whatever it start with a D, or keep you undetectable, they are the ones who got y'all asses out here spreading it.
Yep.
Undetectable don't mean that you can't give it to the next person. That's why it's spreading like a wildfire. Listen, we know you gonna fuck. We ain't saying don't fuck. We saying wrap it up with your nasty asses. ATL, Miami, and Memphis. So now we seeing that it's saying that it's about 1 million people.
She's absolutely right. Listen, they're not going to give you the real stats. Let's start there first. They have never given us real stats on anything, okay? However, what they like to do is, in order for you to perpetuate what they need done, they'll tell you, oh, you got HIV, no worries. We got this pill and we got this viral load count. As long as you do this, this, and this, you're good. Now, they'll say you should still wrap it up, but they know good and well that if you tell a human being that they're good and you give them the thumbs up, that human is more than likely going to go off and just have a gay old time. And that's what's happening. Let me also say this. I know somebody for sure with herpes who be at the sex club in New Orleans. And that person lied to me and told me that they went to the doctor and it's cool because the doctor said they can't find no more herpes. And they be at the sex club in New Orleans all day and all night. And I know people be in there creeping on their husbands and their wives, then going back home. The only thing I could think in my head was, you just going around to the sex clubs passing out herpes, huh, Pat? Because the doctor told you the loads was low. I could imagine what they doing in the sex clubs in Atlanta. No wonder they got 1 million cases out there. When it comes to sex, people don't give a damn about HIV or herpes. They let that demon take over them and they just go. You know, I had somebody else talk to me about, somebody said that I was lesbian. I'm sitting here saying, why are you telling me this? You see what I'm saying? Man, Atlanta and them cities is nasty. They nasty AF, and them people in there can't see it because they under the blind BS that everything is cool. They got y'all taking these pills, telling y'all viral loads is low, and y'all going out there playing with people, and now y'all spreading it. People don't even know that that's where they're getting it from. They thinking as long as I take the Pictarvy and all of this BS, I'm good. I'm telling you, you're not. I'm telling you, you're not. I'm telling you, you're not. And the HIV and herpes was put in our communities to target us the same way they did syphilis with the Tuskegee experiment. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think, allegedly. Simply say a girl said, as long as I'm not transmitting it, or as long as I don't have an outbreak, I'm good. Yeah. That's what they say. And the person that I know be at the sex club all the time with the herp. Down to the ground. I hope you're on here, bitch. I'm talking about you. I hope you're on here. Be at the sex club with the herp. I hope you on here. Because you be on here every day. I really hope you see this. Yes. You be at the sex club with the herp. And you lied and told me. I ain't gonna say your name, but you and I know who we talking about. You be at the sex club with the herp. And you lied and told me that the doctor told you don't have it no more, even though you've been having herp for about 20 years. I ain't gonna say your name. You know who you are. Y'all be careful out there in these streets. Y'all be careful. Y'all be careful. Let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah, very nasty. Very nasty. Very, and again, I don't have a problem with the sex club. Go to the sex club if that's what you want to do and you grown. But when you know you got something and then you going down there, that's not including who you're screwing in the streets. That's not including who you're screwing in the streets. We just talking about when you feeling real freaky and you won't go down to the sex club. Girl, y'all better be careful. We are in a biochemical warfare. We are in the spiritual warfare. We in all kinds of warfare, Black America. That's why when they try to get y'all to fight for other people's stuff, I get so upset because there's so many things we need to get together in our own community. We can't be fighting for everybody else. We got our own stuff to deal with. Let's move on. I hope she on here and I hope she get evil. I told the world you be at the sex club giving out herpes. I hope you're evil, bitch. Said what I said. Let's move on. Now come out and say who you is so you can expose yourself. I told everybody, sure did. Give a fuck, bitch. The fuck. Let's move on. And I hope somebody in New Orleans here so they can stop going to the sex club so that they won't get the hurt if you ain't got it already. In New Orleans, getting the hurt and getting HIV is like Monday. Bitch, everybody got it. Oh, I got HIV and... what you mean and? No! The fuck? I got herpes and... Somebody said, what war is she from? The East. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now, we want to move on. They say herpes seeds attached to your spinal cord. Oh, my God. Let's move on, y'all. Yep, the East. Stop going to the sex club knowing you got herpes. Period. Now, I want to get into this man. What is this video about? Fauci's own words came back to bite him. Now, Fauci, what's the other guy? Fauci, the other guy is Bill Gates. All of these people are the people we trust with our health and with this science. And none of these people have been proven to be good for us, our health, or our science. It's crazy. Let's get into Fauci's words coming back to bite him. He's talking about how he's going to get people to get the vaccine because he says that if you corner people and you take away their freedoms, they're going to be forced to do what we tell them to do. Check it out.
No, if she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be because the best vaccination is to get infected yourself. And so if she really has the flu, she definitely doesn't need a flu vaccine because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
This is an ongoing question, and we've had ever-evolving opinions from you, Dr. Fauci. Currently, antibody surveys show that 80% of children, approximately 80% of children, have had COVID, and yet there are no guidelines coming from you or anybody in the government to take into account their naturally acquired immunity. So when we look at this, we wonder, why you seem to really embrace basic immunology back in 2004, and why you seem to reject it now.
Well, I don't reject basic immunology, Senator. A vaccination following infection gives an added extra boost. And that film that you showed, I believe that was when someone called in who had a reaction to a vaccine and asked me through a telephone in the interview if they should get vaccinated again. Reuters fact check looked at that and said, Fauci's 2004 comments do not contradict his pandemic stance.
Actually, words don't lie. If you look at the words behind me, we can go over them a little bit at a time. She doesn't need it because the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself. You decry, and people decry vaccine hesitancy. It's coming from the gobbledygook that you give us. You're not paying attention to the science. The very basic science is that previous infection provides a level of immunity. If you ignore that in your studies, if you don't present that in your committees, you're not being truthful or honest with us.
I wrote the chapter in the textbook of medicine.
Is it
do
any of the guidelines for vaccines from the government include previous infection as something to base your decision making on with vaccines? Do any of the guidelines involve previous infection? That's why you're ignoring previous infection, because it doesn't involve any of the guidelines. And furthermore, we've been asking you, and you refuse to answer, whether anybody on the vaccine committees gets royalties from the pharmaceutical companies. I asked you last time, and what was your response? We don't have to tell you.
Right.
We've demanded them through Freedom of Information Act, and what have you said? We're not going to tell you. But I tell you this, when we get in charge, we're going to change the rules, and you will have to divulge where you get your royalties from what companies, and if anybody in the committee has a conflict of interest, we're going to learn about it. I promise you that.
Well, no, if she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be.
Now, let me say why this is important. Remember I told y'all, and this, I got misinformation tagged on TikTok for this, but it's the truth. I don't give a damn. Remember I told y'all during the Rona 2020, before they put the wax out, they said that the best way to cure yourself or to get better from the Rona is to go outside, get fresh air, take in vitamin D and all that stuff. Then they switched it out when the wax dropped and said the only way to cure it is to get the wax. That's the same thing happened with immunity. Remember when they dropped the wax, before they dropped the vaccine, they were saying that the best form of immunity is to get the disease first. That's why some people was trying to get corona at first before they started saying everybody was dying, because they were saying the best way to develop immunity is to get the disease first, and then you'll be good. But as soon as they dropped the wax, they flipped it and said, no. The only way for you to beat this thing is for you to get the wax. They always tell you the truth and then come back in order to help their BS. They'll come back and say, no, you got to do it like this so that you can go and get more of their pharmaceutical BS. Remember, Fauci and Gates are rich, clear men who represent an organization that is here to perform, in my opinion, allegedly, biochemical warfare on people, not just Black Americans, people all over the globe. That's what these eugenics, I believe they're eugenics. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I haven't seen it written, but I believe Fauci and the other guy are eugenics, meaning there are people who believe that we need to depopulate the earth. And this is why they come up with all of these pandemics, all of these vaccines and all of these things, because their job, just like, I forget that lady name over Planned Parenthood, their job is to perform depopulation. Be mindful of that, because the new one is coming. We've already talked about it on this channel. Anybody who's been here know that we speak about a new pandemic coming. We knew that because they've been saying it for the longest time. But when it comes, you don't need to be over there looking crazy like you don't know what's happening. We've gone through the dress rehearsal. We've been at the show. We've seen the movie. We wrote the script. We're in the movie. You just need to know to move accordingly whenever it comes, because it is coming. Okay, now I thank God I didn't get the wax. I did get the Omicron. I think I got the Omicron, but I did get sick later on, and after that I was good. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, everybody different. Now I want to move on to the $5 footlongs. Let's get into some education, some more education, because that was education too. I think Bill is a reptilian. Oh yeah, Bill Gates, Fauci, toilet paper. I'm always add him. Toilet paper, Elon Musk. Who else? Who else up there that's weird? Hell, Scam might be one or two. I don't know. Scam a little throw it off. Who else? All of them up there with them weird dispositions. I think they all reptilians, clones, and robots. Mark Zuckerberg for sure. Mark Zuckerberg, all of them. Nigga said Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. Hillary Clinton might be one too. Beyonce for sure. Oprah, all that. I don't think none of them people real. I don't think they're real human beings like me and you. I'll say that. I can't put my finger on what it is they are, but I don't think Jeff Bezos for sure. I don't think that these people are human beings like me and you. Not with a soul and a conscience. I don't know what they is. I think they fall into many categories, but I don't think they me and you. I don't. You can tell anytime you can read that energy through a screen, you know exactly what it is. Now let's get into the $5 footlongs being kicked out again. You know, we love to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I love to see people. I'm not giving no disclaimer. We love to see it. So anyways, they got some Native Americans from the Winnemucca tribe, and they being removed from their lineage and removed from their tribes because they cannot prove the lineage. Now, Black America, every day I get on here and talk to y'all about genealogy. I say, Black America, do your genealogy. The reason for that is, number one, for you to find out who you are. But number two, so that you can find out that you're indigenous to right here. And then you can go get these set-asides and these benefits that belong to you. Also, you can get your reparations from genealogy, because things that was taken from you, you can go back and get. And if you find that your family member were slaves, now you have actual paperwork to document the slavers in your family, so you can go back and get your reparations. Now, the paid actors, the Native Americans, these are your paid actors. These are the people that were hired in the late 1800s to be put in place of the real indigenous people, who is me and you. The Black people, the Black Americans, we are the true indigenous people of this land. But they paid these $5 footlongs, these Native Americans, to cosplay as the real people. This is why whenever you talk to one of them, they never fought in no wars. They ain't never built nothing. They ain't never contributed nothing to this country. And the reason being is because they were actors. They were paid actors. They weren't supposed to contribute nothing. All they were supposed to do is just be here and exist so that we can think they are the original people. Well, we're in the age of Aquarius. Trump done took back birthright citizenship and all kinds of stuff. ICE is all over the place, and all over America, you got a lot of these Siberians, aka Native Americans, being disenrolled from tribes, being kicked off of reservations. Not because they did anything wrong per se, but because they do not have the genealogy to prove that they are indigenous to this land. Whereas the true indigenous people, Black Americans, we're running around here trying to figure out who we are. It's in your genealogy, Black America. You are the people who are the real people who's supposed to have these set-asides and these benefits, okay? Now, I want to get into this video with this guy who was kicked out of his tribe. It says, now the Winnemucca tribe is starting to remove Native members for having no lineage to the tribe. It says, comment tribal down below. Okay, let's get into the video from this person.
For that tribal.
It's a battle over land, rights, and enforcing a court order.
It's been quite a journey.
The conflict centers around the Winnemucca Indian Colony. It's several acres on the south end of Winnemucca. In December, more than a dozen residents who live there were told they had to leave their homes where they've lived for decades.
We got my daughter's ashes right there. So.
Elena Loya lived in the house where her mother once lived. In fact, generations of her family have been there almost a half century. The history of this land dates back to President Woodrow Wilson. He issued an executive order in 1916 allowing federal railroad land to be used for the Winnemucca Indian Colony. It was meant for homeless Paiute and Shoshone Native Americans. In the past few years, some of the people living on the land, like Jim Ayer, have been intertwined in a legal fight to stay there.
I lived there since 1980, and I'm at least 7 to 10 generations. I could trace my ancestry back to 1894.
He a damn lie. How the hell can you say you 8 to 10 or however many generations, but you can only trace it back to 1894? My great-grandmother was alive in 1894. That's only 3 generations. Well, my great-great, so 4. That's only 4 generations. How the hell can he say he can trace his lineage back 7, but he only go to 1894? This is cap. This is all lies. That's why they're kicking their ass up off the land.
Last December 2nd, the Winnemucca Indian Colony Tribal Court ordered that about a dozen residents had to leave. It's been a legal fight that's been going on since the 70s with numerous court battles. Colony attorney Norberto Cisneros explains why they're evicted.
Why not just let these people live on the land? They've been there so long. Why now take it back?
The people that are on the land right now are not members of the Winnemucca Indian Colony and cannot trace their lineage back to the homeless 1960 Indians who were part of that 1916 base roll that we're talking about. In addition, many of them receive federal funds from other tribes because they're other tribal members.
The evicted residents say the tribal council has no authority, saying they voted themselves in, but the court agreed with the board and upheld the evictions.
The tribal court ordered that the residents be out by early December. They had a few days to get their belongings out of their homes, but anybody that returned to their residence after that were arrested by the Bureau of Indian Affairs.
Kyle, Missouri spent 6 days in jail after he tried to go back to his grandmother's boarded up house where he also lived. BIA officers stopped him.
I wasn't saying anything. I was trying to follow it. And then I got wrestled down, and then they tased me, I think 2 or 3 times.
They said I was a terrorist. They said that I threatened the tribal council, and sure, I might have threatened those guys, but what is the guy going to do when they show up with loaders and start taking your campers?
A giant fence around the colony's homes, and the court order keeps evicted residents out.
It crushed me.
I'm from Indiana. My favorite is Paris. Oh, really? She's what? Half Indian. East Indian or American Indian? East Indian, okay.
For that tribal. So
it's a battle over.
Shout out to Mike, bruh. Michael said, wait, East Indian or American Indian? Because that's big difference. What he was asking was, is you a red dot or is you a nigga? Because he knew the answer. He was being smart when he said it. But listen, the reason why these people are kicked out of these tribes is because they cannot prove that they are a part of these tribes. Remember, they were able to cosplay as the people for as long, or at least for the last 100 and something years, because it worked out for the enemy. But once Trump got in office and took all of that stuff back and put ICE and all these other things in place, now it's forcing these people to have to prove who they are, and they cannot. because they are Siberians. They are Native Americans who are Mexicans, a mix of Mexican in Middle Eastern and probably some Pacific Islander people that's mixed up in one that got to be able to say that they are tribes around America. They are not. Native Americans, by and large, didn't fought in no wars. They don't join no military. They haven't produced nothing, built nothing. They don't do nothing but just exist and get pennies to just be there. That's it. That's why most of them be on reservations. All they are stand-ins, stand-in actors. It's kind of like having a double. They are doubles, but we don't know that we the real deal, if it makes sense. And you know what's crazy? I saw this video of this guy, and you know, I know they be trolling, but this dude who's a Native American says he sparks debate after going to a water park or to a park and start talking about the clears as if they the foreigners. He says that they over here on his land as an American Indian. And I'm over here saying, I really wish, and I can't wait for my people to wake up. I cannot wait for Black Americans to wake up to exactly who we are. Because when you do, stuff like this will piss you off to the highest level of festivity. Because you would know that this Siberian has no claim on this land, first of all. And second of all, especially knowing that this land is yours and your mama's and the mama before her and the mama before her and all of the things that your family and people who look like you did to create and cure this land, it really makes you so upset. You have to really stop yourself from getting upset because you feel like, okay, maybe this is a troll or something. I know that these people don't know that they're the real people, but they like to troll. Let's get into this video of this dude.
Just an American Indian enjoying his homeland while these descendants of pilgrims and colonizers are enjoying my homelands. These guys, they benefit off my homeland more than my own people. They get to live their white privileged life, the best life that they can live on genocide land, my people's fucking blood. These guys are from a fucking different country. I'm not.
Yes,
I'm an American Indian. I'm Scott Picani. Straight up facts. My homeland. Land back all day, every day. Land back, right, guys? Land back. This should be my people's fucking homeland, right?
No, we
land back, right?
It's been paid for.
Oh, it's been paid for?
Why are you leaving it?
Because races like you still exist, bro, in my homeland, my country. People like me had to get scalped for you motherfuckers to be here in my homeland, my country.
You don't even know us.
It's the truth. You can't even admit. Let me hear land back, bro. Just an American.
Like I said, when you know who you are and the real truth, dudes like that piss me off because none of them got scalped. They lying. None of them got scalped. They Cabbage Patch Kids. We went down the list of Cabbage Patch Kids. I told y'all the Asians that y'all see, the Mexicans that y'all see, they the Mexicans. A lot of them Pacific Islanders y'all see, them Cabbage Patch Kids, bruh. And they done been told over and over that it's your land. Man, Native Americans ain't produce, ain't give shit to America, bruh. Not nothing. They don't even be in politics, bruh. They literally are just there, like lumps on the wall. Like lumps on the wall. So now you want to get into it with clears. Them people close to you, them your cousins, dummy. Them is your cousins, fool. But again, Black America, please do your genealogy so you can know who you are. I'm telling you, please do your genealogy so you can know who you are. And let me tell you, I know that dude got buku backlash, but he don't care. Simply Monique, thank you so much for the super chat. Says that little girl is the type of kids I have to deal with. I offered to do a fundraiser where I donated mugs to help the class tradition. It says they told me they'd rather have cash. This is the future. Oh, you talking about the girl from the prom? Absolutely. It's not the future. It's the present. We already here. Because you got people who are conflicted on if that girl was right or not. That's how you know we already here. Thank you, Simply Monique. I appreciate it, beautiful. Lady Season 2565, thank you for the super chat. Says, love you, Dr. Vu. Keep bringing I forgot I was a doctor. Oh, yeah, I am a doctor, too. Oh, yeah, I forgot I was a doctor. Thank you for reminding me, girl. She says, love you, Dr. Vu. Keep bringing the facts to the people. Your passion, your time, and hard work is going to help pass our time. Start the conspiracies page. Yes, thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lady Season. I'm on here trying to do my little 1, 2 thing, ying, ying. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you. 55th S.I. Rojos, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, morning, hey, Vu. Do you think the real reservations are the ghettos they placed us in? Yes. So actually, yes. Yes and no. Legally, no. But in theory, yes. Theoretically, yes. When they put us in those projects, those were our reservations. Yes, absolutely. Most people who went into those projects were forced into the projects. Because remember, if y'all know about the history, if y'all know about the real history, then you know that we were off doing our own thing. But they started herding us into groups, taking us from our own lands, putting us on the Trail of Tears and things of that nature, and then in large groups, placing us into projects. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. Thank you, 55th, for reminding me. Thank you. Vita One, thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Says the Native Americans are the real Cabbage Patch Kids that had to be taught their play history. Facts. Love it here, Vu. Right, and we talked about it on the channel. Native Americans had to go to school to learn how to be Native Americans. Put a 3 in the chat if you already knew that. I learned that off of Dane Calloway. But yeah, they've been doing that. That's why I say I don't even have time for a $5 footlong. Thank you, Vita One. Deserving 180, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hey, Vu, life been lifing, but I'm back. Happy Educational Friday. I'm glad to see you back, and I hope things get better for you, Deserving One. It will. I ain't even got to hope. It will. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Lady Season 2565, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm stuck in my genealogy. How do I trust their info? My people called my 3rd great grandma mom. They don't know names. Oh, do you have an obituary? So this what you got to do, especially when it come down to people with nicknames and stuff. You got to get into obituaries, records, state records, because they have, go on, what is it? Go on findagrave.com. But then you still got to get the name. She's got to have a name somewhere. Find out through other family who your great-great-grandmother's name is. And not also too, birth certificates. If you know, you said your third time's great-grandmother, they called her mom. Well, find her daughter and see if she got a birth certificate and see if you could track it that way. It's so many ways. Find a grave, birth certificate, state records, family. You got to talk to more people in your family. Somebody know her name. Somebody knows her name. You got to just keep talking to the family. I think that's mostly what I got for now. If I come up with something else or something else come to my mind, I'll let you know. Sip, trip, repeat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I know so many Native Americans who get so much from their tribe, and they will be elders soon and will be getting over $12,000 per month and lazy. Oh, wow. That is insane. That's why we got to figure out and find out who we are, bro. We got to do our genealogy. That's our money, bro. It really is. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sip, trip, and repeat. Now I want to move on. Let's get into Brittany Spears. Did y'all hear Brittany Spears tell a story about being at Oprah crib for a party and they violated her? What in the celebrity clears is going on here? We got to get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. And when did Brittany started speaking in real life? I thought she'd just be dancing and whatnot. And I told y'all I don't trust that Oprah. Let's get into Brittany telling her story, y'all. Oh, Brit, what happened, girl?
Oprah. She used to hold these private auctions with really powerful people, VIPs, billionaires, and big celebrities. I was so drugged up. I felt like I was just on display, like something to be sold. They would bid on things they wanted to do to me. And all the ideas, they came from her. Oprah's sick mind. She did this dozens of times while I was at my weakest. One of those auctions, Bono won. He paid over $2 million to carve a symbol into my labia. I didn't know what it meant. Then there was the time Jeffrey Epstein won.
Wait.
I ended up having his child.
He did what?
on 01. He paid over $2 million to carve a symbol into my labia.
Y'all know what the labia is, right? That's the coochie. That's on the coochie. To carve a symbol into your labia. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Don't get me the line. I just seen it online and I'm sharing it with y'all. But what? Whoo, I told y'all these people be dark AF. We think about sex. These people, girl, sex would be a Monday evening for them people.
I didn't know what it meant. Then there was the time Jeffrey Epstein won. I ended up having his child. They had a whole bunch of important guests there watching the birth. It was months premature, and then that baby was sold for millions of dollars. $15 million. That night, something inside me broke. A big part of my soul just left my body. I've never been the same since.
Now, like I said, I don't know if it's true. I saw it online and I'm sharing it with y'all. But I ain't gonna lie though, y'all. This ain't far-fetched to me. Because I've heard stories similar to them people saying that they do stuff like that. And remember, these are rich people. They got money to do real egregious, disgusting, heinous, nasty shit. That's all they got money to do. It's just this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the labia is the coochie lips. Allegedly. Well, no, that's what it is, right? I remember they showed us the labia and the menorah and the majora and all of that. Yeah, the labia is the coochie lips. So somebody done pulled back this girl, peeled back her coochie lips and carved the symbol in there. Brittany, we don't believe it unless you show us online. Brittany is capped till you come online and show us the carving, girl. Cause girl, what? I believe her. I know I'm BSing, but I ain't gonna lie. If she showed it, I want to see. I do want to see. I ain't gonna lie. I'm nosy. Yes, if that hoe wanted to get online and bust it open wide eagle to show us, I want to be the first person to see. Yeah, I want to see. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I want to see. You see what I'm saying? But if she don't do it, and this is all cap, then I'm here for it. But I believe that they do stuff like that now. I believe they do stuff like that. And Oprah and Kale, see that Oprah and Kale? Them hoes can't be trusted. I've been told y'all about them two. But see, I'm wrong when I said. I done been told y'all about Oprah. I never trusted that hoe since she made my mama buy Slim Fast in the 90s. And my mama ain't lost a pound. Do you hear me? Oprah came on that. I knew that hoe was full of shit. That hoe came on that Oprah show one day, skinny as a dog. Had my mom buying all of the flavors of the Slim Fast. What was it, Slim Fast? What Oprah was selling? Y'all remember back then? Girl, my mama had every flavor they had because she just knew she was going to be skinny like Oprah. Ain't lost nothing but her mind. Do you hear me? I should have knew back then that Oprah couldn't have been trusted. I should have knew it. But her rap used to be fire. Y'all remember that rap she used to have? It used to be fire. I ain't gonna lie. Oprah hair used to be bad. It used to be bad. Weight Watchers. That's what she was doing. Was it Weight Watchers? It was Weight Watchers that whole had. And had my mama buying all kind of cookies and all kind of graham crackers and shit. Girl, we ate that shit. I don't drink smoothies, so I didn't drink the smoothies. My brothers and them drunk the smoothies. Girl, we ate that shit down to the ground. My mama realized she wasn't losing no weight, so y'all can have that shit. I want to see the lips, though. I want to see the labia. I believe Britney Spears. I believe her. I believe her, and I think that she need to show us so we can know it's real. You're on here dancing, acting crazy. Come on here getting crazy and show us what happened at the party so we can know how them people is and we can get Oprah arrested. Her and Gail. And I don't know if Gail was there, but it don't matter. If Oprah did it, Gail got to go down with her. Say what I said. Her and Stedman too, just because he be there. Stedman too. Everybody got to go down. Let's move on. Let's move on. For real though, girl, I had my mama buying all that stuff. And back then, we ain't had much money like that. I'm pretty sure she spent the rent money on that. You feel what I'm saying? Mama ain't lose nothing but her mind. Do you hear me? Ain't lose nothing. Girl, I should have knew back then Oprah wasn't to be trusted. Now, did y'all hear about they using data centers for robots? Let's get into this. Apparently, they're saying that the data centers have multiple purposes, but one of them is to house the robots. Oh, Lord. Now, you know the clears done got on it. Let's get into it and see what done happened, y'all.
The data centers are for ushering in a new era where robots are everywhere. I posted a video on YouTube. Somebody came into my comment section. This gentleman started out by saying that he works at one of these data centers. So he knows what the heck's going on. That they are for data, but what everybody's getting wrong is the fact of what the data is for and why they need such a capacity for it. Robots. When they bring in robots and they start taking everybody's job, they got to be tied to the cloud. They need internet.
So what y'all think? Wait, I didn't.
And when you're talking millions of them, yeah, that's what the data centers are for, folks. That's why they're putting in data centers like crazy, is because they're planning a future where robots are all over the place. Go try to interview somebody who's working at a data center. It's hard to get interviews. Well, are they robots? Are they already employing robots at the data centers? Taking our jobs, taking our factory jobs, working at Myers, Walmart, McDonald's. They need robots to be tied to a cloud so they can operate and function with intelligence and AI. So they need more AI data centers to sustain the amount of bandwidth that these robots are going to take. Freaking blew my mind. And if you think about it, it makes total sense.
It do.
We're already using AI to a large capacity at this very moment, and we aren't really having any troubles with it. So people are understanding the data centers. Well, this is exactly why. Robots, fam. And it's hard to argue. Even with those new Flock security systems, those will operate just fine as well. We are already in a heavy surveillance state.
Yep.
This is going to take to the next level, but regardless, the data centers, I don't believe, are needed as far as just for the Flock systems. It's because there's something bigger going on. And that bigger something is robots. Let me know what you guys think.
Now, I think that this is plausible. I think that it's highly possible that they are helping with the bandwidth, the data centers for the robots, because he's right. We already are doing okay from what we see on our centers with AI and all that stuff. And with them putting out all of these robots, remember we spoke earlier this week, and I told y'all that, and I showed y'all the video where Elon said at the end of the year for $500 down, you could get a robot to your house. I showed y'all a video earlier this week. Elon Musk came out and said for $500, that means everybody could get one. For $500 down, you'll be able to have a robot at your house. Now, why is this important? How many people are going to buy robots? Before you know it, I told y'all most people going to have them. They are going to need some sort of centers to help with the bandwidth for that. So I think that that could possibly be true. I'm not saying that that's 100% true or that's the whole reason, but I think that that could be one of the reasons. And remember, the data centers are popping up everywhere, all across the world, or at least across America. These data centers are popping up, and Elon is ready to ship out millions of robots at the end of this year, 2026. Not 2027, not 2030, not 2040, not 70-40, and not 60-30, whatever he be saying. He said end of 2026, y'all gonna be able to get y'all robots. So I don't know. It could be possible. It could be true. I think it's highly possible and probable that that is one of. I think the data centers have many, 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 many purposes, but I think that is definitely one. Let me also say this. One thing he said that is true. We already under heavy surveillance. TVs, cell phones, everywhere we go, we are being watched. Nobody is not being watched unless they live off the grid. And even then, you got to worry about flock cameras when you drive and all kinds of other stuff. So I do believe we are already under heavy surveillance. However, I do believe those robots and all these other things are going to make it even more strenuous. And also when they get rid of the police, because I told y'all the police about to go. They're not going to need them no more. All y'all police, Y'all about to go. Y'all about to get 5 years tops. Y'all gonna be out of here. They're not gonna need y'all. They're gonna need a few of y'all to be in charge of the robots. And y'all really not gonna be in charge of the robots. Y'all really gonna be working on side the robots. And the robots really gonna be in charge of y'all. But whenever they get rid of all of the police and the military, they're gonna get them up out the paint too. If you in the military, enjoy yourself, fat. You getting up out the paint too. Once they get rid of the police in the military, we're going to be just like we was on the Terminator and on iRobot and all these other movies where the robot's going to be the ones in charge. And you can't fight a robot. You can't shoot a robot because you can't do nothing to them. They're going to be damn near indestructible. That's what they're working on. Okay? So I think that's possible. I think it's highly possible. Now I want to move on into the Asians in the beauty stores because this is very important or imperative at the moment. Now we all know the Asians is beefing with the Negroes behind the kid who was killed at the gas station. Let me say this, when it comes down to that as well, I didn't know that kid was killed 3 years ago. I didn't know that until I got off the live yesterday. So apparently, let me share the video with y'all. The kid Cyrus, who was killed at the gas station, and the Asian man was found not guilty of it. That's a 3-year-old case. So why is the trial now happening just now? And why would the man be found not guilty just now? I'm telling you, it's because they are trying to race bait us, rage bait and race bait us. They want all of our attention in our emotions so that we could be all worried about being victims of racism. That's what this is all about. Yes, energy harvesting. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. This is what they trying to do, bro. This is exactly what they trying to do. And I realize, like I said, and it's such opportune time for not only that to be 3 years ago, and then for them to dump the Carmelo Anthony case on us in this moment. They race baiting us, y'all. They race baiting us. Plus the Cyrus kid, I don't even know if he's a Black American. And yes, it is important before we jump out the window. Who went to check to see who this Cyrus kid was and where he came from and who his people is? That is extremely important because we're not just jumping out the window for anybody Black looking. That's not what we're doing. We not rolling like that. We rolling for our people only, and we're strategic on how we're rolling. See, we got to start being smart. We got to work smarter, not harder. Okay? Now, why is this important? I want to show this video because this is going to lead into the Asians, because right now, this is going to lead to the Asian beauty stores, because right now it's a thing now. Where online they're kicking off this Black versus Asian thing. Now we seen the video with the Asian dude yesterday calling for all the Asians to stand down or stand up, and you already know the Blacks are coming. What they are doing is trying to make it seem like there's a Black versus Asian thing. There is not. There is not. Black people are not beefing with Asians. This trial happened. Some Black people are in their feelings about it, but by and large, Black people are not beefed out with Asians. And I'm going to tell you why this is important to say, because they already have a Stop Asian Hate bill. I need niggas to start using their brains. Scam already signed the Stop Asian Hate bill when she was in office years ago. That was to prepare for today. Now, the Stop Asian Hate bill that Scamala signed in office years ago was due to an incident at a massage parlor where really they were selling coochie. Asians who was giving happy endings, allegedly. A clear man went in there, unalived a bunch of them Asians, right? And then they turned it in this Stop Asian Hate thing as if Black people had beef with these Asians. A white man kicked this shit off, and then they turned it into Blacks versus Asians. This is why I'm telling you niggas to be smarter than this. If you do anything to one of them Asians, your ass not only going to prison, they gonna put your ass up under the prison. They got a bill for these people. This is the setup. This right here is the setup. They want you to get all in your feelings, all in your emotions, so you don't use your logic and crash out. And all it takes is one. They don't need all of us to crash out. They just need one of us to crash out. And that is going to incite this whole war. I'm telling you, yes, a federal bill at that. Absolute. They waiting for one of you niggas, just one, to crash out, and they gonna make an example out of you. And not only that, they gonna go hunting niggas like 90 going west after that. I know what I'm looking at. This is a play, bruh. This is a play. I'm not giving my energy to this little boy. I'm not. This is a play. And let me tell you, it's going to snowball into other stuff like it's already doing. Now they talking about the Asians with the beauty stores. But before we get into that, let's get into this video right here in the response of the Asian dude saying that that the Asians need to stick together. Check it out.
Let me just say this. For all those Asian-owned businesses, the incident what happened with South Carolina with Mr. Chow, please be on guard, because it's just like the pandemic all over again. They're gonna target Asian people and play victim again about how they were slaves for 400 freaking years.
That right there is the dog whistle. They're gonna target Asians again. Pause. That implies that somewhere in the past, Black Americans were somewhere targeting Asians. That is the truth. That is a false. That is a lie. We have never, Black Americans nowhere have ever targeted Asians. Words are very important. So he started off by saying they're going to target Asians again. And then he put it on our back and say, then they're going to start lying and saying it's because of 400 years of slavery. He's putting it in the ethers and the internet and for everybody to know he's already setting it up for Blacks versus Asians. We ain't did nothing to them folks. Everything that has ever happened between Black and Asian relations been them being the aggressor to us. But they already reshaping this whole narrative. Y'all got to be able to be smart to catch the play.
So please, Asian-owned businesses, Asian people in general, please stay safe, please stay alert, and treat them like it was COVID. Stay 6 feet away from them.
You talk a big game, but you deleted that other video. You seen them niggas in your comments. You seen niggas stitching your post. Niggas ain't even put physical belt to ass yet, and you deleting shit. We don't need y'all business. We don't need none of that shit. We was doing fine before y'all. We gonna do fine after y'all, nigga. And want to talk about slavery and shit, nigga. Y'all niggas volunteered to come here. And you want to be disrespectful towards us. Nigga, fuck y'all. We gonna get it back in blood by any means necessary. The fuck is wrong with you? Motherfucking Ricky Tang. And even that nigga got his ass whooped. While we at it, Black people, run to that nigga's page right now. He's tagged in this shit. Run to his page, flood the motherfucking comments, report his page, do all that shit. Niggas really want the smoke, give them the smoke.
I wouldn't.
Let me just say this.
I wouldn't do that. Listen, that's a trap, man. That's a trap. And I understand the brother's frustration, but that is a trap. They have a federal bill in place. I don't know how to make y'all understand. And I know y'all understand. I'm just saying for the people who don't understand where I'm going. There is a trap set in place for y'all to do anything. I'm talking about even cyberbullying. You're going down. This is what they want you to do. This is exactly what they want you to do. Because then you can fulfill their lie that you hate Asians. Even though Blacks nowhere hate Asians. This is what they want you to do. I wouldn't go fucking with them people. You know how you fuck with them? Completely take your money back. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to march. You ain't got to knock one of them out. You want to hurt them motherfuckers? Take your money back. That's all. Money talk, bullshit walk. You ain't got to say nothing to nobody. I swear to God, you ain't even got to look their way. Close your pocketbook. That's all you got to do. But listen, They don't want you to think like that. They want you to crash out so that you can get them into a whole big conundrum and this big old war start. Then they start targeting and attacking us like crazy. That's what they want. This is a play, y'all. This is a play. Do not get emotionally charged behind this shit. This is a play. I want to show y'all this other video. Hold on. Now, why is this important? Wait, before I get into that, before we get into the beauty stores, it was it was a couple of more videos. Yeah, let me get into this other videos that these other black people are talking about as far as boycott. Let me get to the brother first before I get to this one. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's get into this brother. This a play, bro.
I can't believe y'all let the little Asian tea-sipping motherfucker get on this app talking about that black people boycott Asian businesses. They gonna take away the laundromat. Nigga, it ain't a black person alive that don't know how to stomp their motherfucking clothes in the tub and get them whole clean. And plus, most of us got washers and dryers. Well, we'll take away the liquor stores. Who the fuck you think the original bootleggers are, nigga? We might not have that, but we gonna get drunk, nigga. We'll be all right. We know how to make moonshine and all kind of shit. Well, what about the Chinese drive-through? Bitch, if I wanted a dog that bad, you know how many strays run around this bitch in America. Well, the nail salons. It ain't a black woman I don't know that don't know how to do their own nails. At least every black woman I dated, somebody doing their nails right now across the street. You know how I know? Because I smell acrylic in my motherfucking garage, nigga. What about, man, if you don't shut your motherfucking ass up with Jordans, bro. Y'all overpriced ass, bring them hoes over here and sell them for $375, $400 some motherfucking dollars when I can go to motherfucking China as I've been doing in the past and getting them hoes right there on the spot, the same motherfucking shoe for $15 goddamn dollars, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you? Don't let convenience get you fucked up about black people, man. We do this shit, my nigga. We don't need y'all. Plus, I grow my own motherfucking food, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? And what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Shout out to the brother. What he was saying was, see, they got us thinking that we need these foreigners because they keep saying it over and over again, as if Black America without these other people would be crippled. When the fact of the matter is, it's quite the opposite. Without us, they all will be crippled. But it's a mind trick. It's a mind trick. They keep every time a politician get up here and say this country was built on foreigners or foreigners, this is a way to witchcraft for you to think that you need them. Black America don't need shit from nobody. We think we do. We don't need nothing from nobody. Why you think everybody coming over here to live by us? We're not going nowhere to live by nobody. Every country, every group of people come here to live by us because they need us. We ain't never needed nothing from them. So as far as them talking about just do this, just do that, Black America, all the things, like I told you, I got my own nail kit outside. I can literally get back to doing my own shit. We are capable of doing everything that we need to do our damn selves. We don't have to get it done by them. Oh, and let me just say this too to the black people with the nail shops. We really need y'all, but y'all got to come down on them prices, bro. I just wanted to add that in. I so want to find a black nail tech, but girl, when it come down to attitude and price, girl, I just be like, Jesus Christ, I figure it out on my own. But I'm saying all that to say this: we don't need anything from them. They need everything from us. This is why they leave their countries, come to America, get American names, American IDs, American identities, and open their stores right here because they need us. We have never, ever, ever needed them. Never. We've never needed them. It's a trick bag. Let me show you this other video. Hold on. Let me show you this other video with this Asian woman who's going to tell the truth about the Asians. Y'all get the likes up on the video. And I really do think that black nail techs and black hair stylists, I just saw a video earlier today where this lady paid a deposit to go to to get her hair done. And the girl said because she changed her policy at the last minute and the girl didn't respond to her text, then she just went on and took her deposit and didn't let the girl live. Let me just say this, y'all, Black America. And in order for this to work, for us to separate ourselves from them, We got to start doing right by each other. Everything ain't about money. If you chase money, you're going to fall down a ditch. You're going to get money if you have a good service or a good product to offer. The money is going to come. We got to start doing right by each other. We got to start being cool and being nice and being fair to each other. Y'all always holler about we could do this ourselves, but we be raping each other with prices, with products, and all kinds of stuff. None of this stuff is worth all of this. We can literally take this thing back if we learn to be good and fair to each other. If the Asians only charging $40 for a full set, why is you charging $150? You could get 10 people at $40 and make more money than getting 3 people at $150. Does that make sense? We gotta be able to, not just in nail shops, restaurants, clothing stores, all of it. We gotta start getting back to being good and fair to each other, because we can battle and windmill on these people. But if we're not able to get our stuff together amongst ourselves, we're screwed. Okay, we got to get back to that. But let me show y'all this video of this Asian lady telling the truth, or at least that's what they say. Let's get into it. I didn't watch the video. Let's get into it.
Boy, I started smiling so big when I saw this woke Asian female spit nothing but heat. I just want to say thank you. She hit the nail right on the head.
For all the racist fucks that keep saying they have black fatigue, I think it's time we set the record straight. You don't have black fatigue. You have history fatigue. You're tired of being reminded that black people didn't just participate in the world. They were a huge part in shaping it. Every race and every culture has benefited from the sacrifice.
No. I want to rephrase that. I want to address that. We weren't a huge part of shaping it. Nigga, we shaped it. The world owes everything that it has is for a civilization to Black America. We created everything. Eyeglasses, cameras, internet, hair, nails, tattoos, stoplights, streets, houses, cars, planes. Everything that the world has is owed to Black America. We did that with no help from no other people. It wasn't no Asians that'll help us. It wasn't no Hispanics that'll help us. It wasn't no Pacific Islanders, no Native Americans. We, by ourselves. Yes, the GPS, we did that. I gotta put that part out there. I hate when they downplay us and say, oh, they are a huge part. Who else? Who else did anything? We did all of that. And I need y'all to know this. I'm not here to convince them. I need Black America to know that. That's us.
Sacrifices that Black people have made. The civil rights movement didn't just open doors for Black Americans. It expanded freedoms for everyone. And the shameful part is Black people hardly, if ever, get the credit for it. Black people aren't just in music and sports. You guys need to get out more, okay? Black people are doctors, lawyers, pilots, judges, engineers, educators, innovators, and the list goes on. They hold up systems that people rely on daily while pretending that contribution doesn't exist. And no, this isn't pandering. This is lived experience. I grew up in an all-white neighborhood with very few Black people and no other Asians. And at that time, the only culture that accepted me without question was the Black culture. So when people talk about a world without Black people, they expose how very little they understand about the world they already live in. Without Black people, you don't get a world with less noise. You get a world with less creativity, less freedom, less culture, and less progress. If that truth exhausts you, it's not fatigue. It's discomfort with knowing how much you benefit from this world without acknowledging the source.
Happy Black History Month.
So she kind of was talking, but she was, I want to edit a lot of the things that she said. She didn't give us the credit that we should have gotten, because the fact of the matter is we don't help to shape nothing. We don't assist, and a world without Black Americans, because we also have to be mindful of that. Under the term Black, We got everybody trying to claim black. So when y'all speak about us, please make sure you put the American part on black. Make sure when you say black people, you say black American people, right? If you're going to use the term black, okay? Because there are so many. You got Jamaicans saying they black, Africans saying they black, Hispanic. Everybody want to be black. No. We got to be very specific on who we're speaking of. And as it pertains to the culture that black Americans have contributed to the world is literally a dark hole if we are not here. Without us, they don't have no language. They don't have no culture. They don't have nothing. Period. To say we just did this or we helped here, bull crap. Let's be real. These Asians came over here with set-asides and all this other stuff from the government so that they can make their money. They were placed in our neighborhoods. They were placed as the dry cleaner, placed as the food source, placed as the stores, placed in the liquor store. They literally strategically put these Asians in our neighborhood to make it seem as if we need them, while simultaneously closing down all of our businesses where we did for ourselves. And because these Asians have been in these neighborhoods so long, now they've started to believe that we absolutely need them when we've never needed them. If you would say now we need them, yes, to an extent, because there are people in neighborhoods who have no other access to food. That's also done strategically by design. When they put these liquor stores and that one Chinese store in your neighborhood and make it to where you got to get in a car to find a decent grocery store, that is to make you under a situation where you have to eat that shit every day. But at the end of the day, we don't need any of that stuff. We don't need their liquor. We don't need their nail shops. We don't need anything from them. Why do you think they leave Asia and come over here? It's because they need us. They're not making this money over there in Asia. That's why they come to America and change their first name from Dung Dung Duck to Mary or Marie. No, they like what Amy. They like Amy. They Kim. That's why they turn their first name from Duck Duck Goose to Kim and their last name be Tran. They come over here to get us. We don't need nothing from them. And also, we are literally the progenitors of this earth. We, us, Black Americans, not any Black Americans. Please be mindful of that. Now, this is how crazy these people done got. Now, I'm going to give y'all my backstory. It's a short backstory. But I remember when I was younger, I wanted to open a beauty supply store in New Orleans. My mama was going to help back me. We was going to get a small business loan. And I wanted to open the first that I seen back then, the first Black-owned beauty salon, or beauty supply store, I'm sorry. And I remember I could not for the life of me find ways to get in touch with people for distribution for not only hair was one of them, but just for the products. I needed to get distribution for shampoos, conditioners, perms, and all kinds of stuff. And nowhere, you couldn't Google it. You couldn't look through the paper. There was nothing nowhere written where you could find at the time where to find these products. So what I did was started to put boots to the ground. I started going around New Orleans to all of these Asian beauty stores, asking them, hey, where do you guys get your distribution from? Is there any way that I can get in touch with your factory? And when I tell you not one of these stores would help me, they would either lie and say they don't know, or I'm not the one ordering it, or the person who ordering it, they not here and they the ones you need to talk to. They gave me every ritual runaround there is to find this doggone distribution. So much so when I did finally find one distribution thing, they were charging me so much more over the price, it didn't even make sense. Why is this important? It was in that moment I knew that I can't get in on this beauty store shit. They have this shit on lock. I knew it then. And I said, you know what? Scratch the beauty store. I don't even want a beauty store no more. And I walked smooth away from it. Well, I ran across this video from this girl, and it completely reminded me of that. So there's this video where this girl was talking about how this black couple or this black people wanted to start a beauty salon, a beauty supply store. And when they tried to get the beauty supply store, apparently they were told no, because there is I don't want to call them a legion, but there is a group or organization for the beauty supply system to where you have to be voted in order to own a beauty store. Now, I don't know if this is all over America, but I will say I believe it's definitely in New Orleans, because right now, unless you're an Arab or Asian, it's very hard for you to get into the beauty supply store system. But this lady is talking about this video of a black couple or black people trying to open a beauty supply store, and because they were not voted in by the other Asians on the board, they couldn't open one. Y'all check this out.
Other beauty supply stores in her area. And the allegations are those stores said no.
Hold on. Let me turn this up.
A beauty supply store and get...
No.
So I did not know that in order to own a beauty supply store and get supplies from a distributor, you have to get the permission of other beauty supply stores surrounding your area. I did not know that. And what she was saying was a lady named Matisse was trying to start a Black-owned beauty supply store, but she could not get the distributors to give her products because all the Asian beauty supply stores said no. So you have to get the permission of all the surrounding beauty supply stores in order to get products from the distributor, which I knew because I figured something was wrong every time a Black person tried to open up a beauty supply store.
And you know, this explains everything that happened to me. I must have went to damn near every beauty supply store in the East, and they have them damn near on every other corner. Every beauty, I even went all the way to Canal Street, and nobody would tell me nothing. This makes all the sense in the world.
What kind of law is that you got to get the approval of all the surrounding beauty supply stores? So that's like a monopoly. So the Asian beauty supply stores have a monopoly in our neighborhood where we can't open up a beauty supply store and get supplies from the distributor because they are saying no. But yet you keep going buying your products from Asian beauty supply stores. Yet you keep going buying your products and food from Asian markets. This is why we can't get anything. And they're in our area. How the audacity of them to say no. But I tell you what, if we stop shopping with them, we can dry them up.
Facts. And let me say this too. The Asians are performing what the government want them to perform. Y'all got to understand, the Asians are pawned in this thing. Listen to me and listen to me good. The Asians are a pawn. They're basically a thing to use in order to circumvent you. When you understand what this whole thing is about, it is to repress Black Americans and keep us in a slave state. Keep us having to get everything we need from everybody else. So they go and get the Arabs and put them in your neighborhood. They go and get the Asians and put them in your neighborhood. They go and get the African and put them in your neighborhood. The Hispanic, they go get all these people and they tell them, hey, we're going to give you whatever you want. You'll be able to make as much money as you want. The only catch is you cannot allow them in. And guess what? To these people who want to have good lives, they like bet. So when we go around saying, hey, can we get the distributor numbers and this, that, and the third, them Asians tight lip, they not about to tell us nothing. Because what they not about to do is lose their livelihood trying to help us. And then on top of that, most of them don't like us no way. Does that make sense? So I need y'all to understand that we can starve out these Asians. We can starve, and we will. But what I'm telling you is it's bigger than them. This is something systematic put in place so that by and large, we are not independent, that we have to be dependent on everybody else. That's the trick bag. That's the witchcraft.
There will be no Asian beauty supply stores in the area to ask. But see, we need to get on one accord That's where we start doing the supporting the Black businesses only. And I mean only. That's where we need to start doing group economics with our people only. They are holding us back. And see what they say, there's no systematic racism. But to me, if you're in my community, surrounding my community as well, and I have to ask you to use the distributor that's everybody else is using in order to fund and to fill my beauty supply store, even though I still got to pay for those products. It's not free. You're still paying for the products from the distributor. So it's not like they're giving you anything. All they're doing is saying, okay, you can use the distributor. But without their okay, you cannot use the distributor. That's why when we do open beauty supply stores, it costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars out of our pocket because we can't get that wholesale price that they're getting.
Yep.
And then we keep going there buying stuff from them because their stuff is cheaper.
And let me say this too. And that's the trap that they put us in. It's the same way they do in the neighborhoods. They'll have a neighborhood that won't have nothing but a corner store and a Chinese store. If you don't have a vehicle and that's all you have as far as access to food, then guess what? You're more than likely going to still go to that Asian store. This is the systematic racism or systematic, whatever you want to call it, that they put us in. Most people who live in low income neighborhoods and areas don't have the access to good grocery stores, good food, and good. So they subjected to have to go to these stores. They subjected, if I want my nails done and I can only walk right here to the nail shop, then you have to go here. That's the trap that they put us in. It's bigger than just starving them out. Because I know, I tell you what, I live in Georgia, and I tell you, my ex used to live in Macon. Macon is prime example, and New Orleans is the same way. In certain areas where it's low income and it's Black, there's nothing there but them people. And if you don't have a car to get to the grocery store and you got kids to feed, what else you gonna feed your kids? This is why most of them people eating that shit every day. That's why, because that's all they have. That's the trick bag. I need y'all to understand. It's bigger than, yes, we're going to boycott, but we also have to have recognizance after that. What are we going to do after we boycott? Because you got people in these hoods, in these neighborhoods that depend on these stores to feed them every day. For real. It sucks, but it's true. They literally moved all of these Black businesses out and only strategically placed them people in there so that you have to depend on them. That ain't discussed enough.
They're using a distributor that they won't allow Black people to use, and they're in our communities. The audacity. How? And how are we not boycotting these Asian-owned beauty supply stores? They don't care about us. They don't support our community. They don't put anything back into our community. And they're blocking us from using the distributor. And they're keeping us from starting these businesses in our own community. You really done had it, huh? It's time to boycott all Asian businesses. I keep telling y'all, the Arabs, the Albanians, the Chaldeans, the Mexicans, the Asians, especially the white people. Man, these people don't care about us. They're not gonna help you use their distributors and their suppliers to be their competition. But yet, how many Asian stores are around? How many Arabic stores are around? How many Mexican stores are around using the same distributor? But soon as a Black-owned business come along and say, hey, I need to use these same distributors in order to get the wholesale prices so I can open my store, they say no in our neighborhood.
Yep.
Are you going to keep supporting people who are blocking your people from owning their own stores? Are you going to keep supporting this? Come on now. We got to find a way to bypass all these Asian markets, all these Arabic markets, all these Chaldean markets, all these Albanian markets, all these Mexican markets. Because you know what? While we're sitting here watching them grow, while we're sitting here supporting their kids and sending them to college, while we're sitting here patronizing their businesses, they're blocking ours. What a way to say thank you to the Black community. SMH, Farm Girl out.
And let me say this too. I don't think that all of Black America is just sitting there. Like I told y'all the story that I had before. I personally wanted to open a Black beauty store in my 20s. I was in my 20s when I said I wanted to do that. And I personally went around because I noticed that they don't have nobody Black owning a beauty store. And I personally went and put boots on the ground trying to go figure out how I could do it. And I ran into those same roadblocks. The point is this. It's not just as simple as getting them out of there. Systematically, see, this is what we need to be dealing with the government about. Systematically, we need to figure out, because we all know it's harder for Black Americans to get business loans. Everybody knows that. It's way harder for us to get business loans to start businesses. Unless we want to buy a vehicle or a home, it's hard for them to loan us money. Okay. On top of that, all kind of things are put in place to stop us and hinder us from doing it ourselves. Now, I'm not saying this to say we might as well just throw our hands up. No. I'm just putting it out there so y'all can know that this is bigger than the Asian on the corner. Yes, the Asian on the corner is somebody we need to deal with. But if we want to understand how to really beat this thing, it is a systematic issue that we need to be fighting against. When we went up that mountain playing with Martin Luther King, talking about holding hands with the foreigners, that was the day we relinquished everything we own and gave it to every foreigner that walks the face of this earth. I'm going to say it one more time. The day we climbed that mountain with Martin Luther King, hollering about holding hands and singing Negro spirituals, talking about equal rights. That was the day that we literally handed over every single thing we owned. When we came down that mountain, we ain't had nothing. We so busy worried about this, so busy worried about that, a bunch of bullshit with Scamala and the abortions, a bunch of bullshit with women's rights, because it ain't really women's rights they fighting for. They fighting for you to be able to go in there and lay on the table and kill your babies, okay? But it's so much with this BS, with all of this other stuff. These are the fights we need to be having. These are the fights. We need to be figuring it out systematically and government-wise. Why is it that systematically we have the harder time getting, not even figuring it out? We know why. We need to be fighting for us being able to be back in our own neighborhoods and being in charge of our own products and our own businesses. We got Trump in there now. Now's the time. We need to be figuring out what kind of bills, what kind of laws we can pass. And I know they're going to say, well, you can't do nothing by race. Fine. Let's do it by genealogy. Let's go that route. And Black Americans, even if you don't have your genealogy, the way it will work is, if you don't have your genealogy and you want to prove that you are part of these indigenous folks, just go do it. And then come back with your paperwork, and now you get the same set aside and the same stuff that everybody else get. I think it should go by genealogy and not by race, but by people, by who we are as the original indigenous people of this land. But we need to be going up there trying to get them people, we need to be going up there to get them people to say, we need to be back in charge of our own neighborhoods. We need to own the grocery stores. We need to own the corner stores. We need to own the fast food restaurants. That's what we need to be fighting for. That's exactly what we need to be fighting for. But again, it's systematic, and it's bigger than the Asians. Even though the Asians have gotten beside themselves, and I'm ready for their ass to carry Kung Pao chicken ass back home. I'm with y'all on that. But at the end of the day, we got a bigger fish to fry and a bigger fight to fight. And that big fight is with the powers that were, who's still in charge. We need to be going up there trying to get our stuff back. That's what we need to be doing. But yeah, y'all, it's big, it's major out here. Keep your head on a swivel. Here's Wonder Woman. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says thank you. No, thank you. Thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you. How do you say your name? Hold on. Am I still streaming? No. How you say your name? Jessica Grimes 5282. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says remember the movie Johnson Family Vacation, and they went to the reserve, and dude went behind the scenes and put on that Indian outfit for show. Yup, I think I remember that. Wasn't it with what's that? Said the Entertainer and all of that stuff. Yeah. They be putting they love to put the truth right in front of your face. Yeah, they got, even with Kenya Moore. Y'all remember when Kenya Moore had dressed up like a Native American for Halloween and everybody gave her crap? They love putting the truth right in your face. Thank you so much. Truth Appeal, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Archive T, thank you for the super chat. Says C19 was a precursor to now with them Asians. Absolutely. Thank you so much, beautiful. And T-Day, thank you so much for making it rain, and thank you so much for the super chat per usual. Thank you, T-Day. I make it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, paying them no mind, not giving them our energy, and not spending our money drives them crazy. They need us, not the opposite. Facts. You see, too, and I'm glad you brought that up, TD. Black Americans have been minding their business while the world been going to shit. And then here they come with race relations, with old trials of Asians getting off from killing little kids, all kinds of stuff. That is a way to get our energy over there to that. I think we can preserve our energy by just closing our pocketbooks. I'm with that. And where's Jamal Bryant? Thank you, TD. Where's Pastor Dickum Down Jamal Bryant? He want to do the Target boycott. I bet you won't hear that punk say nothing about this. I bet you won't hear that punk say nothing about this. That boule punk. I bet you that boule bottom ass punk ain't gonna open his mouth about this. Because that Target boycott was bullshit too. But I ain't gonna tongue wrestle with y'all about that today. Not today, Satan. Rashima Rice, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hey, boo, ever since I saw a video of how those chemicals they use to do our nails got into our bloodstream, I do my own. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Yeah, I had went bought all kinds of stuff to do my own nails. I sure did. And I'm about to get back to doing them, too. Thank you so much, Rashima. Sydney Jane, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, boo, that's also why Judy and them so tight knit. She got them Asian sellers on lock, I bet you. I think Judy have a chemist that she works with. Because I remember when me and my mama was running to them roadblocks, my mama was saying just try to find a chemist for the product. But then I was saying, well, what about the hair? Because, you know, the part of the biggest reason for having a beauty store, especially in America with Black people, was for the hair. But I do remember we did find a girl who's a chemist, because my mom was like, all you got to do is find somebody coming out of school. Woo. But we ended up running across somebody who was a chemist, but I don't think nothing came of it. But yeah, I think Judy, because Judy don't sell hair from what I know. Judy sell products. Judy went found a chemist, and that's where she making that peppermint water. Judy products trash. I'm sorry. I got to say that part. That shit trash. But thank you, Sydney Jane. And thank you again for the super chat. Says, boo, the government uses us to fight their battles. Absolutely. They fired that Asian mayor, Eileen Wang, Cali, because she was creating fake narratives and spying for China. Oh, I don't know what's going on in Cali, but I believe you. Thank you so much, Sydney. Thank you, beautiful. And Dream Doll 707, thank you for being a member for 9 months, says, I live in South Korea. It's almost 4:30 a.m. out here. I got a shop with them. I love you. Stay up, boo. Yeah. If you live in Korea, you got to shop with them. And this is the worst part, not just you. Like I said, thank you so much for being a member for 9 months. In most Black American low-income neighborhoods, pay attention. If you don't live in one, the next time you visit family or friends in one, pay attention. When you go in low income neighborhoods where Black Americans live, they're literally surrounded by foreigners and bad decisions. No cap. Literally. There's nobody Black there with their business there to give to the people. Everybody, the corner stores, the restaurants, everything is owned by everybody else. And most people who live in these neighborhoods, they don't have the money and the resources like the vehicles and all of these things to go drive far out to get these things. That is a trap. That is another project. That's another thing to keep you on your reservation/project. Because just because you don't live in the buildings don't mean you're not living in a project. Don't let that go over your head. We all living in a project to some extent, but some more than others. Just because you're not living in them tall buildings don't mean you don't reside under no project. We all living in the projects, okay? But yeah, we got to figure it out. I've already gotten off the weave, so I'm good on the wigs and the weaves and all that stuff. So I ain't got to worry about that part. But ultimately, like I said, we got to figure out systematically how to correct the things that's been put in front of us. But with that being said, I'm about to hop up off here because I got to come back for Educational Friday. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Black Americans, stick together. Let's do good and right by each other, because we can't boycott against them until we able to stick together ourselves. We got to find like-minded people and get amongst them people and start building. That's the only way to do it. Love y'all. If I ever said anything to help you, don't pay it back. Just pay it forward. I'll catch y'all later for Educational Friday. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.